Ever find yourself on your phone in public, maybe sneaking a peek at your bank balance while waiting for a latte?
Yeah, or maybe you've hopped on some free Wi-Fi at the airport to check your boarding pass.
We're all guilty of it. But what most people don't realize is that quick glance at sensitive info could have some pretty serious consequences.
Yeah, today we're diving into the wild world of mobile security and why it's a much bigger deal than I think a lot of people realize.
Exactly. We've been digging into some recent reports on mobile threats, and let me tell you, the stuff we found was pretty eye-opening.
It's kind of unsettling when you think about it. Our phones are like mini computers now.
They are. They hold everything from our photos and messages to, like you said, even our bank details.
And most of us treat them like, well, phones, not realizing they're just as vulnerable as our laptops, if not more so.
And that's where mobile threat defense comes in, right? MTD. I feel like that term gets thrown around a lot, but could you break down for us what is it exactly?
MTD. Yeah. It's basically like having a personal bodyguard for your phone.
A bodyguard. Okay, I like that.
Right. It's constantly on the lookout, scanning for any suspicious activity or potential threats. Think of it this way. You wouldn't leave your house unlocked, would you?
Definitely not.
Especially not if you knew that 50% of homes in your neighborhood had experienced a break-in.
Okay, that's a scary thought. And that's basically what our phones are facing every day, according to these reports.
It's not just about someone guessing your password anymore either. The threats have gotten much more advanced.
The sources we've looked at talked about phishing scams, which are getting ridiculously good, by the way. They mimic messages from your bank or like a food delivery app, and they can be really hard to spot.
Absolutely. They're designed to trick you into giving up sensitive information, and they're getting more convincing all the time. And it's not just about stealing your data either. These attacks can install malware on your phone.
Malware, which can do what?
Oh, all sorts of nasty things. Spy on your activity, steal your passwords, even take control of your camera or microphone. It's like something out of a spy movie, but it's happening in the real world every day.
Okay, I'm officially freaked out now. So besides being paranoid about every email and text, what can we actually do to protect ourselves? You mentioned MTD earlier. How does that actually help?
So MTD works on a few different levels. First, it has this thing called proactive threat blocking, which is like having a security guard at the door. It stops threats before they even reach your device by identifying and blocking known malware and phishing links.
So it's like that first line of defense.
Exactly. Then there's something called mobile device management, or MDM, which is like having a manager for your device. It makes sure your phone is always up to date with the latest security patches and that you're using secure apps.
Because those updates aren't just about getting the latest emojis, right?
Definitely not. They often contain crucial security fixes that protect you from newly discovered vulnerabilities.
It's like locking your doors and windows, even if you're just running out for 5 minutes. So MTD takes care of a lot of the heavy lifting in the background, but we can't rely on it entirely, can we? What are some things our listeners can do right now to boost their mobile security?
The first thing is simple. Keep your phone updated. I can't stress that enough. Those updates may seem annoying, but they're there to protect you. And be very careful about what you download. Stick to official app stores as much as possible and read the reviews before you install anything.
That's good advice.
And of course, be extra vigilant about phishing scams. If something seems off about an email or text, it probably is. Check the sender's address carefully, look for any typos or grammatical errors, and don't click on links from unknown senders.
Oh, and here's a pro tip I learned the hard way. If you get an email or text that seems even slightly suspicious, don't reply to it. Go directly to the company's website or app, or give them a call to verify the message. I almost fell for a phishing scam last week that looked exactly like an email from my bank.
That's exactly what they want you to do. They prey on your trust and familiarity. That's why it's so important to stay informed and be aware of the latest threats.
So much good advice here. We've covered a lot of ground, from the scary reality of mobile threats to the steps we can all take to stay safe. What's the biggest takeaway you want our listeners to walk away with today?
You know, mobile security isn't a one-time thing. It's an ongoing process. And as technology evolves, so will the threats. So stay informed, stay vigilant, and remember, your phone is a powerful tool, but it's also a target. MTD is your first line of defense.
It makes you wonder what the future holds for mobile security, right? What new threats will emerge and how will we combat them? What do you think? Any predictions?
That's a good question. It'll be interesting to watch, that's for sure.
It definitely will be. Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive into the world of mobile threat defense. Don't forget to share your thoughts on the future of mobile security with us on social media. We'd love to hear from you.